Well, it's Wednesday, so of course it is Two Cares for Pets. I'm here with Dr. Jessica Zink with the South Tulsa Veterinary Hospital. And Dr. Zink, who do we have here?
This is Raphael.
Oh, Raphael.
This little guy is very cute. He's a little nervous. He's got kind of a backstory that's a little bit of a tearjerker.
Sure.
But this little guy is about 5 or 6. He was actually recovered from a hoarding situation with at least 10 other little dogs. They were some Chihuahuas and Yorkies in that home. And of course, as you can imagine, with it being a hoarding situation, there was a lot going on with that home. And so, you know, he's kind of learning the ropes as far as how to dog.
Sure.
He doesn't really understand a lot of things. Potty training has been, you know, a kind of a new concept for him, walking on leashes. But he's very sweet. He really just kind of wants to hang out in laps, like a lot of Chihuahuas. But he's very sweet. He's a little nervous, but he's, you know, he warms up.
Yeah.
And he is ready for his forever home.
Oh, I love that. You mentioned the hoarding situation. Unfortunately, we're seeing so much of that now. What are maybe some concerns when you're adopting a dog that's come from a situation like that?
So, yeah, with any type of hoarding situation or even puppy mill situation, you've got cases where these dogs are they're not being socialized like they should be.
Sure.
They don't have contact with a lot of other people. A lot of them, sadly, are not even accustomed to being on grass. And so that's actually a situation with this little guy. They have no idea what to do with going outside, and they've never really done that. And so you put them on grass and they freeze and they panic and they don't know what to do. And that's incredibly sad because these are dogs and they should love being outside and they should know, you know, where they're supposed to go out to potty and all that. So that's a whole new concept for them. But the socialization is a huge aspect. And so that's something that you really kind of have to combat whenever you're thinking of adopting one of these babies, because they don't really know how to dog very well. They often don't know how to people very well either. They're not accustomed to a lot of attention or affection or even cleanliness, which is sad. A lot of these babies come from really horrendous situations. And so it doesn't mean that they're lost causes, but it does mean that you are going to have to do some extra work to sort of get them prepared to learn how to be a comfortable member of the family in your home.
Right. Well, I know people at home might be watching. They're like, oh, I want Raphael. This is such a horrible thing. I want to help this dog out. What are maybe a couple things that people can do at home to make it an easier transition when they do adopt?
I think the most important thing is going to be just remember that you're going to need to have a lot of patience with these guys because these babies are not going to come to you potty trained. They are not going to come to you knowing how to do just normal sort of dog things. So you are going to have to teach them how to walk on a leash if that's, you know, now this guy's very tiny. So my guess is that you probably won't get a lot of leash time, but it's still a skill that he should learn. That's just part of, you know, he should be able to go on walks and, you know, learn how to do that.
Right.
But as far as all that is concerned, you know, starting off with introductions very slowly. Make sure that anytime you're approaching these babies, make sure that you are very slow, that you're speaking very calmly and quietly, and that you always have something wonderful to offer them so that they start getting some positive reinforcement with these human interactions that they're not accustomed to. So whether that's a really high value treat that they're, you know, that they really enjoy, whether that's just a lot of praise and affection. But just remember to take it very slow, and anytime they're being introduced to other pets or kids, remember to take that very slow as well. And make sure that you're always there to monitor those interactions, because you never know how they're going to react in those types of new situations.
Well, Raphael's doing a great job right now. Raphael, thank you. Dr. Zink, thank you as well for coming in. Appreciate you. For more on Raphael, you can contact Memphis Street Animal Rescue or Oklahoma